With the new year, I've decided to bring back some of the previous Monday Morning Roars. I've been creating Monday Morning Roar for the past 6.5 years. I have over 340 episodes of Monday Morning Roar on my YouTube channel. I'm going to select an encore presentation for every Monday in 2025, and then maybe in January of 2026, I'll start producing more new ones. I hope you really enjoy these. I really enjoy recording them. Good morning. Welcome to Monday Morning Roar. Today is Monday, June 8th, 2020. Today we're going to talk a little about racism and empathy. Now, these are both attitudes, and they're both learned. In other words, we pick these up as young kids, whether it's racism or empathy. We learn it from our parents, we learn it from our schools perhaps, or even from our peer group that we hang with. And they're also, in the same way, they're very contagious. If you're in a group of people and they all have an attitude of either racism or empathy, it's easy to catch that. You can understand, and it is contagious. However, contagious it is, it's not always easy to change your attitude, and that's why we have people who have conflicts about things between one person's attitude one way and another's the other. Now, with these two attitudes I'm talking about today, which seem to be pretty relevant to our times right now, with racism, the main attributes of racism are, of course, hate, division, and fear. And that's what it really comes to. And if you can think about in your life where you've experienced and been around people that don't like somebody or hate somebody or divide people up by who they are or what they do, what their lifestyle is, or the color of their skin or their religion. And they might have a fear of it. A lot of it is a fear of an unknown. They don't know any better, and which a lot of times, and that's pretty common with everyone. If you don't know anything about something or somebody, you have a fear about it. But with empathy, it's a little bit different. It's more about love. If you're brought up with people that show care and compassion for each other and love and unity, bringing people together rather than dividing them, and confidence rather than fear. Knowing that you can do things yourself and that you have value, and then you'll see other people's value. That's what empathy is all about. So if it's so obvious that, and these two different types of attitudes, racism and empathy, are completely different, and they can't coexist at the same time in the same person. You can't be just partially racist and partially empathetic. It's usually 100% one way or the other. It's really difficult to be empathetic and be racist at the same time, and vice versa. So why is it that people don't change? Well, it's like any attitude or habit. A lot of times people don't change because their pride and their ego. It's something they've been doing for a long time, and if they change, that's like admitting that they've got a fault. And that's something they don't really want to do. They don't want to admit they've got a fault. Another is they don't recognize the harm that habit or attitude can cause. They don't realize that people are hurt by their words, or they think that they don't really see much farther outside themselves. And the third reason they don't change is because they don't think it's possible. They think that that's how you are, that's what you're born, that's part of your being, and that's just who you are. Sometimes I've even heard people say, well, I am of a certain nationality, so that's why I feel the way I do. Well, that's not necessarily true, because deep down, our nationality is not as deep as what being human beings that we are. It's not necessarily carried in your DNA, let me say that. Attitudes, like habits, take a lot of time to change, but they can be changed. And nobody can change your attitudes anybody but you. And you have to really have the desire to change. If you have any questions about changing attitudes, I'd love to talk with you. You can contact me at info@lionsc.com. I'll be happy to talk with you. And maybe there's something we can do, and you might see yourself having an attitude that you're not really happy with, that you want to change. And that's a lot about continuously improving your life and being the best person you can. I'm looking forward to talking to you next week, and have a great